Hi, this is Peter.
Hi, this is Sandra.
And we are medievalist.net.
And we're reviewing the third episode today of Game of Thrones.
And it's another kind of interesting episode with features on a few characters. And let's start with Tyrion.
Tyrion seems to be going around and testing people. I thought it was a very interesting episode.
Yeah. The whole kind of plot was like he wants to kind of find out who might be, informing on what he's doing with Cersei. So he goes to Littlefinger and the other guys and the Grand Maester, and says, "Oh, we're going to marry off Cersei's youngest daughter to this person, that person, that person," and of course Cersei comes and says, "You can't marry her off," and he learns it's the Grand Maester, which is the one that was kind of giving away the secrets. So that could be the end of him, hopefully. So.
Right, and so I think Tyrion's playing a very intelligent game. He's in the same league as Varys and Littlefinger in that he knows how to play the spy game.
Yeah, I think he's seen, as he's kind of talked about, he said, well, my predecessors, like Ned, they've not had long careers, so he wants to avoid that fate, so he is being very proactive about trying to figure out who is with him and who is against him, so...
He's also trying to protect his girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. I don't see much in that scene. So he's, he sends her off. It's I don't understand why he needs her off to be. Can't he sees her off to she has to be doing something at the court as opposed to just, I guess, sitting in her chamber all day. So it kind of seemed an odd little bit for me. But anything about this kind of character that you kind of interest?
Well, I know more, but I don't want to reveal anything.
Oh, you never want to reveal.
No. I know more from reading the books.
She's read the book. I haven't read any of these books, so these are all surprises, and so some okay, why are they talking about this character? Why are they bringing out this? Well, his girlfriend, So, but maybe she has something to do more with it. So,
and then talking about Arya.
Okay, yeah. Arya gets the kind of final scene in this show where basically their little group gets captured by the Lannisters' men, but they still don't know it's Arya, and they're actually looking for this lost son, which they now think they've killed. This one little death scene that I saw, where basically this one boy, he was injured, couldn't get up, and the guard just really calmly just slits him with his dagger, so coolly and cruelly. It was kind of a really kind of a gross out scene for me, anyways. So.
Yeah, the King's Guard, not known for being the nicest folk in the series. Mm-hmm. So Gendry and Arya make an escape again, and definitely. It was an intense scene. I mean, I like the little stories she got from one of the men on the night watch. One of the, guys telling her, how he's trying to relate to her and say we're similar. And I watched my brother die, and this is the story. And he protects her when the King's men come and tells her to run north. And the cool part was where Arya said, yeah, you killed Gendry, that was his helm, and Gendry's right with her, so they have no idea they're actually captured Robert's bastard.
Yeah. So, well, at least it seems that at least her ride up to North is going to be delayed. So.
Renly.
I like his scenes. We get to see a bit more man on man romance, which I'm sure all the characters, all the viewing public really loves, but we've seen enough men with many women, so which I don't know if you get a chance. There's this really kind of neat little Saturday Night Live skit from the day before talking about the kind of lots and lots of sex that goes on in Game of Thrones and the kind of demographics they're going for. So. But Renly, well, he's a gay guy. He seems can't really have intimate relationships with his new wife, but he can with her brother. So, and she's a very understanding wife, I have to say. But it's all about kingship, right?
She's on to him. She totally knows that he's gay and that he's lovers with her brother, Loras of the Flowers, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And she's like, listen, if you want to live and mitigate any damage this rumor is doing, you're going to put a baby in my belly.
Yeah.
Now, however you want to go about that, whether you want my brother to be there and, you know, do whatever you got to do to get there, I don't care. Like, she's very, like, she knows what their marriage is about. She probably...
I guess she's happy with it. You know?
She's like, listen, you're the king.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. I can give my brother a 411. Call him in. I just thought it was kind of funny that she was so open about the, hey, it's okay. I know you're screwing my brother.
Well, she gave a good try to get him in bed, but, you know, like, I'd certainly be very happy with her. But Renly is a different type of king. So there was a really kind of good scene where Lady Stark is kind of, you know, you got this army, but they're like nothing. These are the army. This is the army of summer, and winter is coming. So, like, you know, your Pansy's army is just going to be no match when the real fight, no matter how many men you have. So, because you're a leader, and they have this girl that's now actually, you know, a Kingsguard. So,
I think Lady Brienne. I have her name wrong. I apologize. It's been a while. And also, Loras is pretty pissed off that he's appointed her because she bests him in a match, and when she takes off her helm and he realizes he just got his butt whipped by a woman, you know, and then she bows down and says, you know, take me as your guard, and he agrees. Loras kind of cuts him off as like, no, you're not getting any tonight, honey, because you offended me by appointing a woman as your guard. I thought that was a very funny kind of thing. Like, he's trying to romance him in bed, and Loras is like, no.
You know, he pushes away his king. Get away from me.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, so Renly's an interesting character. I like Renly. I think he's kind of a funny guy, so I don't take him too seriously yet. He hasn't killed anyone, so, and I don't think he will, so... He's not the guy that I think, well, I'm going to have Renly lead me in battle, because he's going to be the first one. No, I don't see him fighting it, you know.
Renly's a great character. I just find all his scenes really funny. And he's definitely more like Robert and not like his brother Stannis. And he is kind of like, oh, this is fun. Let's play at being king. And he just has no clue. And then lastly, who else did you want to talk about?
The Greyjoys.
Right. Theon and his family.
Now, there's a family. You know, blood and guts of the Game of Thrones world. Because they're just, we're going to go off and kill those fishermen. So, and they're going to do something else. And the girl will lead them. So, and we're going to take what's ours. Because we're the Greyjoys. You know, so, it was great scenes. I like them. Right, you know, so.
I liked the baptismal scene where Theon kind of integrates himself back into the Greyjoy clan, and sort of, you see him burning that letter of warning that he had for Robb. Kind of, he's sitting there thinking, you know, do I warn Robb, or do I, is it disloyal, because he keeps being called out. And one of my favorite scenes of the entire episode was actually where Theon calls his father out and tells it like it is and says, you know what? You sent me, your last and only son, to the Starks because you got your ass kicked by Robert and Ned. So now I'm back and you're punishing me for your screw up. And then his dad smacks him and, you know.
But his dad knows he's right, so, in the end, because.
Right, like, he hits him, I think, because, you know, Theon hit a raw nerve. He basically told the truth and said, you screwed up, I'm paying the price, and now I'm coming home, and you're making me pay again? Go to hell. And his dad's irate because he's completely right, and just clocks him one. And then, you know, Theon's like, I'm going to reintegrate myself back into the fold, and his father kind of shuts up and backs off.
Yeah, like, you know, Theon... you know, in the first season, I didn't think very much of this character. He seemed to be that lackey type guy that just kind of followed like Robb around. and just had some sex with the prostitutes. Now he's guy has sex with prostitutes, but he's starting to get a backbone, starting to get a personality. He's a bit of a, I guess. Well, it looks like he's going to wind up betraying Rob. So, but then again, is he betraying Rob or is he, like being true to his family? So, it's kind of a interesting kind of place where we're going to see where he's going to go with that kind of character. So,
he's in. No, finish. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just I can he just seemed to be playing off is kind of interesting to see where he might go. Beyond that, there was not too much else. Like not a lot of other characters kind of make their appearance in this episode.
No, they don't. Very little of John.
Yeah. Well, he just kind of recaps what's said, and then like he doesn't get beaten or killed. So no Rob.
No.
No Jaime. He doesn't show up. No Tywin Lannister, and no Daenerys. And I'm kind of waiting on something was going to happen with Daenerys because, you get this kind of, and I really thought they would actually have in this episode something that they actually reach their destination or something happens because they just lost in the woods or lost in the Barrens is a bit of a drag for me. Like I want to see something happen with them. So, but there's so many characters. I guess that's the problem with this book. There's so many, characters you can't focus. You can't, do an episode with 2 minutes for each character.
Well, in my opinion, I'm actually happy that they're starting to break it up because there were some episodes where it's just too many characters featured in one episode. So I actually prefer that they've left out a lot of them and just kind of done larger story chunks, so that you can focus on one, two, three storylines instead of like 7.
Yeah, like it's just like Daenerys is a character like it's like. When we go back and watch this and like all the episodes, back to back, like on DVD, we won't miss that, like because you see, oh, here's Daenerys scene, here's Daenerys, but right now it's like, oh, now I have to wait another week to find out what happens to Daenerys, or another week to find out what happens with Rob. So Tyrion will always be on every show, so which is good.
Yeah, he's great. So that was pretty much Game of Thrones this week, and tune in next week with us to recap episode 4.
Yeah, and by the way, happy birthday to you, Sandra.
Thank you.
You had fun. You got yourself a new iPad.
I did.
And maybe we'll film with it.
Yes, we will this summer. We'll go and film lots of conferences with it. So thanks for tuning in this week, and tune in next week.
And happy birthday.
Thank you.